And another thing that we noticed this time, because we actually had the time with the cars together, was that it feels like the seats are slightly different between and the cushioning, I mean. The seats themselves and the back seat is different. But the cushioning is slightly more plush in the Basalt versus the Citroen. So the Aircross. So the Aircross, when you get into it, immediately there's this sense of seriousness about it, especially the back seat, because you sit higher up. So I had Siran with me to help me out. So he was sitting in the back seat and he's telling me, from here I can see the hood, right? Like, and he's a kid, right? So he could, he's like, so you're saying, yeah, I can sit much higher here. And so I can look further, but I prefer the Basalt because it's just more relaxed. I get more sense of space. And this is all like with the pictures, you'll see the knee room. Now, even though this has a third row of seats, the Aircross, the second row in the Aircross doesn't slide. And I think that is something I would have liked. I think any car with...
The XX version will fix it.
Yeah. No, man, I don't want to go there. No. For sure. So, as in what he's referring to is, I think, the next update. And he had asked this last time around. Do you think they can do it? Do you think they can be given another chance? And will people give them another chance, right? So... I think now it's whatever happens next has to take all the learnings of the last 3 years, and that has to be applied into one product, and that just gets it. I think
it might mean working on Fridays, maybe even some Saturdays, but sometimes you just have to.
The Aircross, the backseat straight away feels like not the prime real estate in this car. Very functionally strong because the seats are set high. There's good amount of space, but it doesn't feel open.
Got it.
Because you have that roof-mounted aircon
vent and stuff.
Yeah, it also has the blower controls over there, and you'll notice that there are aircon vents down below also, right? So those are actually for the third row.
Got it.
Right, so it just shafts air all the way to the back. And talking about the third row is completely removable. It's usable for children. Access to the third row is great. It has that one seat that folds
and whatever.
Whatever. So practically, again, it's on point. Child use, okay. And the seats are easy to remove.
So if your family use pattern is infrequent 7-seat use, you'll be okay with the...
And you remove those third row of seats, and the boot is awesome.
Right.
It's massive, right? And on paper, it seems like that the Basalt is the better boot. It is in numbers, 470 liters.
You said it was class leading or something like that in MotorInc First, if I remember correctly.
Correct. So since then, I don't remember what the sequence was. Yeah, I think the Curve came after that, and the Curve claims to have 500 liters.
Yeah, so after that, if I remember the chronology is Curve, Syros, and maybe one or two other cars were either brand new or received major updates since we last drove the Basalt.
Correct, absolutely right. So, who's surprised about that? Huh?
I surprise myself all the time.
So, this boot is also very practical. Once you remove the third row, especially because they can just be picked out of the car, put them in your house wherever you want. And then that boot is massive. We've got pics of that, you can see it. In the third row, creature comforts wise, now you have USB-C ports. There are cup holders, so basics are in place. Usable, yes.
Got it.
But this is the car where I would want to spend time in the front, clearly, in the driver's seat. Because of the suspension setup, because of that slightly better connection for the driver. It sets you in that mood of, let's go somewhere. Let's travel. Like I want that boot loaded with luggage, camping gear, whatever, and family along, and just go. That's the kind of mood that it gets you into. And the Basalt is more like my city-focused mood, I would say.
Right.
Where I'm saying that I need to commute every day.
And what he's talking about is not like a deal breaker or a huge shift. It's just a subtle difference in how the two cars feel to drive. So it's not like the Basalt won't tour or the Aircross won't work in the city.
Not at all.
So I just want to clarify that he's saying there is a subtle difference in the feeling where the Aircross feels a little bit more, let's go out, and the Basalt feels, let me isolate you from the world and keep you comfortable, and you will have a flavor preference.
Both cars will do both parts of life just as well. But there'll be one in which you'll feel a greater connect than the other. It's a question of which one of the two you prefer as a individual, right? That's all it comes down to.
The Citroen Basalt, slightly more family-oriented. The Citroen Aircross, slightly more driver-oriented, have always been good cars to drive. And Kartikeya has always come back saying, man, that was such a good experience. But purchasing them has not always been the easy thing to do. For this specific episode of Motoring First, you should watch it on the app because the questions from Circle section is huge and it addresses all of the major concerns, including, is Citroen going to be around in the country and is it safe to buy one? If you want to see that, come to the app. Motoring First is free to watch and the app is free to download.